Dynamic lateral hinges. You can do this exercise with elevation or without elevation. If you are using elevation, do not use something that is not stable. Don't use a yoga block, don't use a stack of books. We don't want anything that could possibly move when you are placing load onto the base. I'm going to run through the instructions. They are the same whether you are using elevation or you're just doing this on the ground. The goal of this exercise is for you to be able to load one hip at a time. I always want the load, your center of mass, to be over that middle leg, not on the leg that's out to the side. So we're not doing this kind of side to side motion right here, okay? That's not it. Do you see how when I'm doing this, I'm transferring my weight over to the side each time I go? I don't want that. I essentially want your center of mass and your load to stay right in the middle. So if you look here, I'm loaded on this hip and then I'm going to switch dynamically, so quickly, but my center of mass doesn't move over to the side. I am able to do this because I am hinging and opening up the back of my hip. As I'm doing this, I can also think about that subtle hip shift if I want to. So that means that I let this hip drop down just slightly so that I can get a little more space right here, and it's going to enable me to really load and open up this hip. Remember, when you're doing this, you're going to want to lift your heel up. Don't lift your heel up. You need to keep your heel heavy in that hinge to make sure you can open up the backside of your hip. If you want to, you can also add a little bit of rotation at the torso to it. That rotation just means that you're getting a bit more movement at the rib cage as well. If that feels confusing to you, just do your arms however they want to go. But if you'd like to do that as well, you take your opposite hand and reach it towards your big toe. Now remember that you're not twisting at your lumbar spine. You're literally reaching so that one side of your rib cage comes back some, the other side comes forward some. I'm not doing this, okay? I'm not just twisting from my back. I'm literally enabling one side of my rib cage to come back while the other side comes forward. Be careful not to hike your hip. I just did it a little bit as I was demonstrating that to you, so I wanted to make sure to cue you in on that. Be careful when you're going from side to side that that hip is in a straight line behind your rib cage. We don't want it coming out to the side like so. All right, that is it for now.